Hi everyone and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. Today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be learning how to do textured and braided hair in a drawing. So we're going to quickly go over the face structure and then we'll go into how to set up that braid. Now we're just going to be doing one or two, but obviously you can do as many as you want, different sizes, different thicknesses, that all is up to the artist. So we'll just go over what the basic is and then you can play with it on your own. So today you're gonna need paper and a pencil and let's get started. So we're gonna start off by just drawing a simple face and you can go ahead and draw our circle. And I draw it multiple times till I find the right one. And then I'm gonna come down with two lines coming at a parallel and then kind of come down to a point. Think about the center of the face, and we're going to come down, and you can pick whatever kind of face shape you want. If you want it more rounded, if you want it pointier, and then I'm going to put ears right here across. I'm not going to add a lot of detail to the face for right now because we're going to be focusing today on the hair. So there we go. I got my basic face shape, and now we can put our hair. So I'm going to go ahead next to the face over here, and we're going to go through the little braid tutorial before we put it onto the head. So first we're going to start with 4 lines, and we're going to draw these really light and sketchy. And they can kind of come together a little bit as they go down, right? Because if you think about a braid, they come together at the end. They're further apart at the top. And then we're going to be doing lines crossing over. So they're going to, one line is going to cross. And the next one's going to cross under it. So we're going to keep going like this all the way down. Oops, that one went too far. That one should have stopped there. So we're going to cross our line to the third. And that one should have stopped. Oh my goodness. So we're going crossing, going to the second, but not going into the last. Coming, not going into the last. We're going back and forth like this. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to round out these areas. So it's kind of going to be like a wavy line or like a hilly line. And keep them a little irregular. You don't want them all to be the exact same. They should get a little smaller as you go down. Then after we have those, we can go ahead and we can go over it either in a pen, and that way you can erase your lines. But we're gonna still keep that sketchy because it's hair. And we want it to feel like it's lots of segments. And you can see how that would just continue on down. So now we're going to go ahead, I'm going to erase those pencil marks. And we can go ahead and add some of these details. And we're going to use thick and thin lines to give it some texture. So what I mean by that is we're going to do some thick and some thin. And the line should curve because they're coming in like this. Remember that a braid is not flat, it is round, it's tucking in here, it's tucking in here. And this is where we play with volume, with value. Keep your lines going in the right direction. It should be darker down the middle. Because this is where they're overlapping. And it should be brighter at the sides. And that's our basics of a braid. So we can go ahead and we're going to put one over here. So we're going to start with that 4 lines. And remember the hairline. We don't want to make this person, so we know that braids are coming from here. They're coming down here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do one back here. And we're going to follow the head. It's going to come down, so that's 1 line, 2 line, 3, and we'll do 4 back here. And we're still going to do the same action with the lines coming across. So line doesn't go quite to the back, so it's skipping 1 line. It's like a track. Remember, keep your lines curving around the head as you think it would fall naturally. Remember, these lines should come together. Ending like that. And now we want to go ahead and do those rounded lines. Remember, keep them a little irregular. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to outline, and I'm actually going. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this until you're completely happy with your drawing, but I'm just doing it so you can kind of see. And then we can go ahead and erase the pencil lines that are in there as our guide. And now we can add our value. So remember, it's dark where they are tucking into each other. So pretty much down the center, it's going to be dark or darker than at the other areas. Remember, the line should follow the movement of the hair. And then you can go ahead and we can add as many as you want. You could have another one coming right here. Remember, they should overlap each other as well. So keeping this crisscrossing motion. And then we're going to go ahead with the value inside. So you're going to keep going until you're happy and have as many braids as you want. And that's the basic principles of drawing a braid. And don't forget the finishing touches of rounding off like the tops by the head. You can just add some of those textured lines to keep that style going. You don't have to like necessarily make a finished braid there. Same thing with the back. We're just gonna put in those lines. Keep those same textures going. Add in the pencil value. Back there would be a lot darker because it's further back. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Let's just finish it off. So here is my finished braids. You can go ahead, you can do more, you could have done smaller and lots more of them, or even bigger and less of them. But the principles stay the same, where we're doing darker at the inside where they tuck into each other. Think of that as a weaving. They weave in and out of each other. So we get brighter here in the center where it goes up, darker where they tuck under, and then middle tone here at the edges. So I hope you had fun learning how to draw braided hair, and hopefully that helps you in the future doing other hairstyles or trying to make it look more like yourself. So remember to hold on to the value, make it dark where the hair goes on top of another piece of hair, and keep that motion in mind when you're drawing it. So I hope you had a good time. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment below. Is there other types of hairstyles, other kind of things you want to see from me? And let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye, friends.